This is Jerry L. Green, the Black Student Advocate. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, with your daily progress report. State is California, counties Riverside, cities Riverside, school districts Riverside USD. Also, if you hit the like button, subscribe button, and alert button so you can see when we load new videos. And the school site is Lake Matthews Elementary School. And the problem is the racism and discrimination investigation by Riverside USD contractor Chris Reynolds. Issue number 1. The victim saw Annette Raspusdic initially fraternizing with the investigator on day 1. Issue 2. All black employees at Lake Matthews weren't interviewed. Issue 3. The investigator told several employees that he interviewed he would do part 2 or follow-up interview. So the question comes down to, did the district cut the investigation short? Did they not fully fund it so Mr. Reynolds can do a more in-depth investigation? So that's some questions that need to be answered because all the employees wasn't interviewed or followed up with, and some employees were never interviewed. So that's an issue. How are you going to really find the problems if you don't talk to all the victims who say they were discriminated against and had racial acts performed against them? Number 4, excuse me. Only one employee received a copy of the contract investigator's report with RUSD letterhead. The employees are requesting that they want to see the initial report from Mr. Reynolds. We don't need it recirculated or broken down as to what the district wants the employees to see. That right there seems disingenuous just off the top. We want to see the initial report. Item number 5. The location of the investigation was right in the middle of campus, so all other staff could see every victim enter and exit the room. So you're talking about another way to bully the victims is all the other employees can see who's entering and who's exiting the room. So now they know who to continue to target. Also, we just saw that just as another way to traumatize, harass, intimidate, and bully the victims. Item number 6. By letting the interview room be in plain view, there was no confidentiality. When the employees asked about racism, they knew which black employees to target now because they saw who was coming in from the room. Number 7. Site staff is notified by Annette Raspusdic the site was changed, meaning that could have been in another location, but the site administrator, Annette Raspusdic, decided to change it so everyone could see who was entering and exiting the actual interview location. Number 8, Annette changed the location of the interview room next to one of the victims. So every time the victim would hear the door open and close, she could be re-victimized again. And everyone who walked past the classroom could then look inside her classroom to further traumatize her. Number 9, Annette Raspusdic was allowed to interview at the district office later. Why wasn't all the employees allowed to be interviewed at the district office, like the site administrator? Also, item number 10. The victims feel that Annette Raspusdic was fed responses to cover up the allegations. Annette Raspusdic was given cover in a safe environment where the victims were not. So if we're doing a clean investigation and everyone should be treated the same, everyone should have been either interviewed at the site in which the occurrence happened or at the district office. To have difference, again, the victims feel that it was disingenuous for the district to do that. Also, item number 9, Annette Raspusdic asked a subordinate what questions were asked even though they were told not to discuss any parts of the interview. So how do you have the actual site administrator who's in charge of controlling the environment to address racism, discrimination, to ask subordinates what was asked in questions? So with that right there, she's not even keeping the integrity of the investigation. So now, how can they trust that the district is going to keep the trust, keep uh, uh, the discipline of the investigation to be accurate, fair, and then to give out a fair report. And lastly, Ms. Hill and board members, this is opportunity for you to excel, to have a meeting with all the victims at that site. If you do want to do that, then reach out to me at 833-925-1957. Again, that's 833-925-1957. So these victims can feel that they're given a fair shake at an investigation and they're being heard. Right now, they see it as a cover-up because there was no findings in the report. And only one person actually received the report at the end of the day. Again, this is Jerry L. Green, the Black Student Advocate. Like, subscribe, and hit the alert button if you want to see our videos when they pop up.